If you like our video, click the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses and training materials, visit us at teachucomp.com. To create a recurring invoice, open the Invoice window by clicking the plus new button in the navigation bar and then clicking the Invoice link. Then click the Make Recurring button in the toolbar at the bottom of the window to open the Recurring Invoice window. Type a name for the Recurring Invoice template into the Template Name field. Then use the Type drop-down to select the type of recurring invoice to create. Selecting the Scheduled choice makes a scheduled recurring invoice that is automatically created in the future. To create the invoice in advance of the date you later enter in the interval section, enter the number of days in advance of that date into the Create Blank Days in Advance field. Selecting the Reminder choice from the Type drop-down just reminds you to create the recurring invoice but does not automatically create it. If selected, you can enter the number of days in advance of the interval date to be reminded into the Remind Blank Days before the transaction date field. Selecting the Unscheduled choice from the Type drop-down creates the recurring invoice template in the Recurring Transactions list, but does not schedule the recurring invoice. You must choose when you want to use it. You must select a customer from the Customer drop-down or type a new customer name into this field. The Email field shows the selected customer's email address. Check any checkboxes in the Options section to apply. You can check the Automatically Send Emails, Print Later, and/or the Include Unbilled Charges checkboxes if needed. If you select either the Scheduled or Reminder choices from the Type drop-down, then the Interval section appears on screen. This lets you set the recurrence interval for the recurring invoice. The first drop-down directly under Interval lets you choose daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Depending on that selection, then set either the day of the week, day of the month, or the month and date for the recurring invoice. Then set the start date for the recurrence in the Start Date section. Then use the End drop-down to set when to end the recurrence. You can choose to end it after or by a certain date by selecting either choice and then entering a date. You can also select the None choice to leave the recurrence pattern open-ended. In the next few sections, then enter any normal invoice information you want the recurring invoice to contain. Information you enter here automatically appears within this invoice when it is created in the future. If creating an unscheduled invoice, you can often leave some fields blank and then enter them or change them after selecting this invoice template in the future. The toolbar at the bottom of the window contains the Cancel, Clear or Revert, Customize, and Save Template buttons. Clicking Cancel cancels the recurring invoice creation. Clicking Clear clears the form but doesn't close it. If modifying an existing template, the Revert button appears here instead. Clicking Revert cancels changes and reverts the existing template to its prior version. Clicking Customize lets you select a different invoice template to use, edit the current invoice template, or create a new invoice template by selecting a command in the pop-up menu that appears. Clicking the Save Template button saves the recurring invoice template. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. Get ad-free courses at teachucomp.com.